is Paul. It's really something. You'd say, well, he's not kidnapped, but when you're obstructed from being able to speak to any person, right? He actually is. Phew. Now, kidnapping as an adult versus kidnapping as a child. Yeah. Well, HIJKL. JKL. Ouch. Let's look at kidnapping adult American citizens. Yeah. JKL. Yeah. There's not a lot of K words in the Black's Law Dictionary. No. Now, let's look at the actual use of kidnapping when being an adult versus being a child. Yes, I told you that my sons were being held hostage. Yes, that they were abducted. Right. There was the fraudulent issuance of court orders and a dissolution of marriage. Yes, that they had certain rights as children. Yes, and you have refused to enforce their rights. Now, as a man, yes, what happens when you kidnap adult citizens? Yes, because of your Oh, it's a completely different level of liability. Now, Keyes parental kidnapping, that's what he was the victim of since July 2nd of 2011. Yeah, kidnapping for ransom. Oh, child kidnapping, the kidnapping of a minor, often without the element of force or fraud. Whereas in his experience, there was the element of force and fraud. Oh, child stealing, baby snatching, child napping. Yeah. And then there's kidnapping, the crime of forcibly abducting a person from his or her own country. Yes. Offense amounted to false imprisonment, aggravated by moving the victim to another country, seizing and taking away a person by force or fraud, usually to hold the person prisoner, in order to demand something from his or her family, employer, or government. Now, kidnapping, yeah, kidnap, yes, by force or fraud, often with the demand for ransom. Now, how much is this going to cost you? Now you're making him live with his mother, yeah, because you refuse to enforce his rights. Yes. And you're using force and fraud to continue this, yes, when he has the right to have you arrested for any force or fraud. Yeah. Now, you wanted who to pay for what? Yes. Somebody's got to pay for this? Yeah. It's not going to be Uncle Wayne. He has no custody rights of Zachary Budnick. Yes. Not going to be Aunt Lori or Sandra Taylor. No. It's not going to be me. I'm his father, and now he's an adult. Yes. So for every court order, I can't believe that.